Hey everybody, it's Kelly and I'm back with another process video. Today I've got these two sweet photos of my grandsons with my granddaughter from her newborn photo shoot. I did not take these photos, they're professional photos. So anyway, I had these two scraps of paper and that background paper sitting on my desk. I was working on another project for something else that involved baby photos, and I have all of the things I'm using for her album or for her newborn photos in a cropper hopper keeper. And I had finished with this other thing and these pieces were sitting out, and I thought, oh my gosh, these will make an awesome and amazing layout just by themselves. So this is what I did. So I made this layout in like 18 minutes pretty quickly. And you know, it's pretty simple. You'll see me fuss around a little bit with a few things, but anyway. So the heart paper, the striped heart paper, is from Reminisce. It's the Oh Baby Girl Dream paper. And the polka dot paper is Reminisce Oh Baby Girl the Adore paper. And then that beautiful embossed floral piece is from Recollections, which is Michael's, and it's one of their foil papers. So I am cutting that strip that I'm going to use to border it just down a little bit by like ½ an inch or so, maybe even less than that actually, maybe more, I don't know. Anyway, I cut it down, not a lot, because it was a little bit too thick for the photos. These are 4x4 photos, and I just thought it was a little bit too weighty. So I decided I didn't want to necessarily do a border paper for these photos, but I wanted them to somehow have some sort of border or something. And I went to my doilies, because even though it's boys, they are with their little sister, and these are her newborn photos. So I grabbed these doilies from the Sunny Side Up Bakery, and they're 6-inch doilies, but it's going to take me a little bit to decide on them. I'll give you that little clue. You're going to see that in a minute. And Sunny Side Up Bakery is the Hobby Lobby cake decorating doilies. So that's where I get mine. I use either the Wilton ones, which I can get at Michael's, or these Sunny Side Up Bakery ones, which I get at Hobby Lobby. Now, the 6-inch wasn't feeling right, so I went to this 8-inch doily. But I don't know, I think it was a little bit too big. Probably a 7-inch would have been more what I wanted. It felt like it spread most of the way, but not the whole way. It felt like I was trying too hard, if that makes any sense at all. So then I went and I grabbed my Wilton doilies, and I go to my 10-inch doily thinking, well, maybe by totally being able to get them on, and that's too big. There's just too much space around it. I think if I'd put if I'd wanted to layer more over the doily, that would have made sense, or maybe perhaps layered another doily, that could have made sense, but it didn't feel right. So I went back to that 6-inch Sunny Side Up Bakery doily. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty simple layout. But sometimes I think really the simple ones are really good ones, because in this particular case, it's really letting the photos shine here. And I love how their photographer cut them like you don't see, with my one grandson, you don't see even his whole face. But I just think it's such a cool focus. And he's 2. His brother on the right is 5. So he gets the baby thing a little bit more, because he's been through this once already. Okay, so now I'm just trying to decide how I'm going to position this, how much of the doily I'm going to show. Thinking, maybe a little bit less, but that doesn't feel right until I get that. And then I decide, yeah, I like that reveal. It's not a lot, but there is still a reveal there. And I didn't glue much down here, so I was kind of working on making sure I got that a little bit more glued down. So then, like I said, these are remnants from another project I was working on, or some leftovers. So I happen to have this Target gold washi tape sitting on my desk, and decided that I wanted to use that. And I was thinking about going the whole distance, but then decided no, I only wanted to go partially. And I end up sticking the washi tape to my photo, which I gasped, although I can reprint these. But I used my Cricut spatula and that came right off. Fortunately, washi tape doesn't always stick very well. And then I decided it was a little bit too much, so I snipped it again. Grabbed a little bit more because obviously it's coming on one side, so I want it to come out on the other side. There's a line in this tape, so I wanted to make sure that line appeared like at the bottom of both or at the top of both. So that's what I was doing there. Just flip that over the back and that makes it easy. And I like the little bit of gold there. Okay, and just gluing down a little bit more. Now I want some more embellishment here, but I'm not quite sure what that needs to be. Like I said, I want to keep it simple. Okay, so I grabbed this bag of hearts, and I did both of my nephew's wedding albums, and so I punched a bunch of hearts and butterflies in different sizes from both gold foil and gold glitter paper, and I just keep them around because I like to use them on layouts, other layouts, and I just thought they'd be perfect for this one, to take some of the little tiny hearts and just put them up along this tape line to really emphasize the hearts in the background paper and just the love that they already had for their little sister here. And she was just a couple weeks old here. She was not, I guess she was, yeah, just 2 weeks old here. And I'm just going to take my ATG and just kind of line them up here. Overlap them a little bit. It's not easy to use your ATG when something's this small. I could have used my liquid glue here too. That would have worked nicely. And you got messy hair today, my goodness. Or you got to see my messy hair today? All right, so just getting that down. And I was trying to decide, do I want to put another little one there at the end so it kind of overlaps the end, or do I want to just leave it? And then I did have to fix one there that was kind of moving around a little bit. I decided not to add the extra one, by the way. Oops, see, I'm playing with that again. And then I thought one of them was punched out of a different glitter paper because I did have more than one glitter paper when I punched these. So it kind of fixed that. And I'm thinking I might want something else, but I can't figure out what that something else would be. So I'm just kind of gluing down the doily there. The bottom feels a little bit unfinished of the doily there. Like there should be something there, but I don't really need a title here. So what I do is I just write the date and the word brothers there in my Uniball Signal gold pen. And I start to put I shut off the camera and I start to put everything away. And I look in this little dish where I have embellishments that I want to use, and I see this wood word that says remember, and I think this is from Heidi Swapp, if I remember correctly. It's a little bit too big to keep in my normal wood veneer storage, and I only had 2 left. I had like 4 at one time, but I've used 2 out of the 4, and so I put it down, and it's like the perfect finishing touch. So the layout becomes Remember Brothers. I guess my message here is remember the sweet part of your brothers. Because they may not be so sweet forever to her. I'm not sure if I said this, by the way, that gold tape is from Target. I don't remember if I said that. So that goes down, and that is just like the perfect finishing accent. So here is the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye!